I'm putting these side braces in to hold the sides square. Since I don't have a form, I have to rely on the actual structure of the harp to keep things square. I thought these little clamps are kind of silly when I got them, but they do come in handy. I might have to put a spring clamp in there. That'll hold it. That's just a piece of coat hanger wire. This is a pattern for the leg locks, and I'm just laying out. Before I cut it to shape, I have to drill all these holes. This hole in the front will be for the leg, and on this edge, that will be the hole for the lock screw. Because this is flat on the bottom, but not on the top, I couldn't drill my hole there accurately. So I've drilled a pilot hole through with a drill press, and now I'm going to chase it with a number 10 drill so that I can tap this. Just like that. I might have to do this by hand, but we'll try it. No, it's slipping. This second one is a bottoming tap. It'll get the full size threads all the way to the end of the hole. I might just run some CA glue down into those threads just to make sure they don't strip out. The other thing I can do is put a threaded insert in there. I need a bit of a recess so that the locking screw doesn't stick out the back of the harp. So I'll just have to be careful that this twist drill doesn't grab and hog that in. And this just flattens it out nicely. I don't want the locking screw bearing directly on that piece of carbon fiber. So I'm going to take a 1/2 inch copper pipe and split it and use a piece of that as a locking cushion. It's probably not the right name for it, but that's what I'm calling it. Copper and brass are quite malleable, and a positive tooth angle will hog right in. So I'm going to turn my hacksaw blade around backwards and cut it that way. So here's what I've come up with. Got this little groove here, and I'll cut one on the other side, and the tabs on this piece of copper pipe will slide in those grooves. The leg will keep it from falling out, and the tabs will keep it from falling out endwise. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But before I bend those tabs on the copper, I'm going to anneal it so they won't break off. I've had to do that to bronze strings when I've been stringing harps. The bends when you're making the string fast in the soundboard or on the tuning pins will break unless you anneal the wire first. That shouldn't take too long to cool down. So here we have it. The locking screw will go in here, accessible through the back of the harp. It'll push on this little copper piece here, which in turn will push on the carbon fiber, but it will protect it. And these two little tabs on either side will keep it from rotating out of position and also keep it from falling out. I think it'll work just splendidly. I have forgotten about these threaded inserts. This is the perfect solution for having a permanent thread into this piece. So it just slips in here. And the hole lines up. And voila! We have our set screw. And I'll put a little CA glue around that to keep it from rattling and moving around. Here's the final piece. There's my threaded insert. That's the hole where the leg is going to go. These other holes are just to make it lighter. And I'm about to fasten it in. What I'm going to do is use this bolt to pull it against the back, and then I'll put a clamp to pull it against the side. The cushions are to keep the legs from rattling in the bass. I glued them in with contact cement. There's a few small knot holes in the back I need to fill. I've masked off so that I don't have so much sanding to do. I've masked off the little knot holes. And I have my glue, my spatula, a little jar of wood dust I've been saving, and my wood dyes to match the dark color of the knots. So here we go. Well, the inside of the box is finished. Put a little bit of shellac on there to slow down the moisture transfer when the humidity changes. So the last thing to do on the box is to sand out the outside and give that a wash coat of shellac. The next time we see the box will be when we join it to the soundboard. Well, the end of this project is in sight. Maybe 5 or 6 more videos will finish it out. I'd like to thank my first patron, Ching. Your support and enthusiasm makes this all worthwhile. If you would like to become a patron, go to patreon.com/harperswood. Patrons get early access to all the videos and some exclusive content, like videos on some of the tools I've made for this project. Thanks for watching. See you next time.